Welcome back to the Gridiron Goons. I'm your host, Brandon. I'm with the Preacher.
What up?
I'm with the Sean.
Hello.
Preacher, it's great to have you back. It's about fucking time.
Listen,
These people have been blowing me up, consistently asking, where is the Preacher? And I'm like, bro, chill out. He's coming. He's got twins, man.
Twins, man. Yeah, it's great to be back. A couple weeks off, taking care of the kiddos.
Yeah.
Finally able to get out of the house for just a night. It's okay. My parents are with the babies and with Ainsley, so got a little night out, having some fun, recording the pod. Great to be back, y'all.
Absolutely.
Good to have you back.
Love to have you back. There's some non-sponsored Taco Bell fire sauce on the table if you're watching on YouTube. That's my bad. I forgot to move these.
Oh.
Anyway,
Hopefully Harper doesn't eat that.
it's just a quick non-sponsored Taco Bell. That's all. Anyway, this week we want to go over the rule changes that were made,
Yes.
and some that were tabled, but most of the ones that have been passed. Quick thing for next week, getting ahead of myself a little bit.
Whoa.
It's gonna be we're gonna break down the rookies even more than we did a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
Possible mock draft.
Oh, no.
See how it's going. We're gonna have an actual list of top 10 wideouts, top 10 running backs in our orders that we think are gonna work out.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that for next week. And the week after that will be our final mock draft, the day before the NFL draft.
Let's go.
Yeah. And we will see how close we are to, what actually goes down. It's getting exciting,
It is.
Off season is honestly one of my favorite times of the year. Like, honestly.
Sometimes I like it more than the regular season in some ways because there's people are always like, why are you doing a podcast in the middle of off season? There's not anything to cover. And it's like, actually,
There is always stuff going on.
There's a lot going on.
Especially in our Dynasty League. We'll get to that later.
Oh, yes.
Anyway.
Anyhow.
Sean O'Mac, I think you wanted to spearhead the rules.
Yes.
Why don't you go ahead and start?
So the first one right out of the gate is we are changing the method for measuring first downs. Oh. Okay. We're going to switch from the chain gangs to camera-based.
About fucking time, because the Bills would have had that first down.
But in case technology fails, we all know this, chain gang's going to remain on the side.
Well, I mean, that's a start.
It's a step.
Because
sure.
I think worst thing that happens is what if the camera system goes down and now you're trying to spot the ball off of the ref's sight, and we know how that goes for the Kansas City Chiefs. Like everything's in favor for them. So, I think it's coming along with the times. But wasn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the NFL toy with the chip in the front of the ball or something?
I don't remember that.
I thought that might have been like a thought. I don't know. Maybe I'm dreaming, but like, what if they put a chip in the ball that could tell you like where it was on the field?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I don't know if that happened. Maybe it might have been a fever dream. I don't know.
Possible fever dream.
I think this is long overdue. I mean, we had cameras in the pylons before this. Like, come on.
Come on now.
Why don't we just put a camera in the ball?
What? Oh. All right, man.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is them 2 weeks off you took coming back to bite you.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So moving on to the camera in the ball.
Hey, man.
Camera in the fucking ball.
What
are we looking at? Armpits? What the fuck, man? Where are you mounting that heavy-ass camera?
You would be able to see what actually goes on in the bottom of the pile.
That is true.
That'd be dope, bro. Eye jab.
People are going to be catching the ball by the GoPro that's strapped to it.
So for another year and another moving the ball, the kickoff stuff.
Oh, my God.
Can we just pick one and just leave it? I like the old system.
Go back.
Get the ball, touch back, get the ball in 20.
Yes, go back.
So now the football now moves to the 35 after a touchback. And there's no vote at this time on the onside kick modification. It will pick back up on the May meeting.
Here's my number one issue. They're moving the ball to the 35 for a touchback. We thought the 30 was too much.
Yes.
And now they're doing the 35. And their thoughts are it should increase returns because teams are now less likely to kick the ball out of the end zone because they don't want them to have it on 35. I don't know, man. I mean, if there's any way to... I don't even know. It's fucking stupid. Go back to the 20-yard line. Make offense mean something. Because quite literally, all the Dallas Cowboys have to do is get 2 first downs and Aubrey sends that fucker through the uprights.
Let's go.
That's all they need. That's all they need.
I know.
The opposite 45, he nails the fucking logo shot all the time.
As long as it's not fucking Moody.
They need to get to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, they got to be in the fucking red zone for
It'll
that.
still go wide.
That's Moody range, bro. Put him on the left hash.
So the onside kick proposal was pushed back till May at the next meeting. I'm just going to get in. I'm staying in the May. The tush push also got pushed back to the May meeting. So
Yeah,
I did see there's like 16 teams that are in favor of banning it.
Yeah, which
It's
tells me
terrible.
it's half the league. So go ahead, preach.
Yeah.
Your crybaby team brought it up. I'll let you
Yeah,
defend
I know.
it.
I hate it. I hate the fact that my team brought it up because, listen, football is about stopping a team.
Yes.
And okay, so I'm maybe a little overkill on this, but they take away the tush push. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, you can't QB sneak it on a 4th and 1 or 4th and an inch because that's almost the same thing as a tush push. Now, after that, you can't. It's 4th down. You have to either go for it or punt it. Like, you can't run the ball. And I think you start to see things, for instance, the same thing with the kickoff rule out there of
Atrocious.
the 35. When you start making rules that are tic-tac plays, especially the tush push, right? Because Philadelphia is the team that, I would assume Green Bay is saying Philadelphia should ban the tush push, and this is probably because Green Bay was butthurt that Philadelphia did the tush push probably, 40 times on the Green Bay Packers in the playoff game, So that's probably where this was stemming from.
Yeah.
But I think, okay, so now you're going to get in a scenario where a team is going to be a 4th and an inch, a 4th and 2 inches. They're going to design a play that is like the tush push, but not the tush push. So are we going to throw a flag for what? What are we going to call it if it passes? An illegal formation? Are you going to say 5-yard penalty for a tush push? Like, is that going to be the call on the field? I just think it becomes a tic-tac call because what's a tush push? Tush push? Okay, we know what a tush push is, but every team might have a variation of the tush push.
They do. Bills have one.
Right? So now we're going to throw in a little bit different of a play. Okay, so what if we bring a guard and roll him out to the right a little bit? Is that a tush push now? Or is that just a QB sneak? So it is literally, to me, it's comparing an apple to apple peels. Like, I know it's apple to oranges, but
My God.
no, but hear me out. Like, we're pulling apart the peel off the apple. So what is it? Is it a tush push or is it QB sneak?
I say you unban the oranges.
Oh, okay.
The oranges is a defensive player cannot push a defensive player through the line. If an offensive player can push an offensive player through the line, it should be equal for defense. That is how you stop a tush push. Am I wrong?
You also, if you want to stop tush push, hey,
Florida guy?
draft Des Watson.
Yeah. The tush push Terminator. That dude's legit.
You also have 3 other downs to stop a tush push from happening too. So
That's true. Yeah, my whole thing is, you just unban the defensive play that states they can't do the exact same thing. The reason they banned that for defense was player safety.
Yeah.
Now that's what the Packers were going for, was player safety.
That's
But when
a long-
NFL ran their check, I know it's a lie, but when the NFL ran their check, there was 0 injuries over the past 2 seasons on the tush push for either team. So
They just can't stop it. That's what this is.
I know, but they came at it from the wrong angle.
Yeah, I agree.
Call it unsportsmanlike even. You could do anything else other than pulling some bullshit out of the air
yeah,
and saying that. Anyway, Sean, you want to get us to the next one?
I do. The Lions' proposal to eliminate an automatic. Now, I didn't. Okay, let me finish reading it.
Please.
Eliminate an automatic first down as a penalty imposed for defensive holding, and illegal contact did not pass.
Correct. And that was for an automatic first down if the yardage allowed it.
Correct.
Yes. So, what are you saying that you didn't get?
No, I get it. I like it.
Okay. Okay. I liked it too, and that did not pass.
No.
And it's because this is truly an offensive game. Defense means nothing. It's kind of wild to me. Because true football fans like defense more than they like offense most of the time. We get kind of, happy when we watch a team just shut one down. Look at the Super Bowl. 34-0 at halftime. Right? Like, who didn't like that?
yeah.
Kansas City fans. But that's not where I was going with
Fuck
that.
them.
I
Oh. Next one, kind of my personal
Go
favorite. The NFL owners have passed a rule that both teams will be allowed to possess the ball in overtime in the regular season. The original proposal was for 15-minute overtime that now has been amended to 10 minutes.
Let's go.
Right?
fully agree.
About time.
The Bucks would have smacked the Chiefs if they had a chance with the ball.
Patty Mahomes?
Yeah, we would have smacked them for sure. They barely moved that fucking ball on us. And you
I
know
think-
what? I'll say this too: the Panthers would have beat them too.
I think that's all we got for now.
Right or no?
More to come next month.
Panthers would have fucking smacked them too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, but that tight end fell on his head.
You're talking about Jatavion Sanders?
Yes.
Yeah, man. They subbed him out. Tommy Trumbull wasn't in.
The only thing that did pass that we didn't talk about is the Steelers' proposal for having direct contact with a free agent
Correct.
and set up travel during the negotiating window.
The tampering period
Tampering
where they
period.
could- where they could talk-
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, they could talk to the agent. Now they can talk to the player, and I like that. I don't see why that wasn't a thing in the fucking first place.
And the the Lions' proposal for the reseeding structure.
Correct. Yeah,
Has
the
been
Lions
tabled.
posed 2, I believe.
Interesting.
So, I mean, I guess let's talk about both of those, right?
Okay.
So, do you think that teams should be reseeded based on record and not the division?
So as long as each division gets represented in the playoffs, I give a fuck about the seeding.
Yeah.
Now, I see where they're coming from. They're saying basically the Vikings had a 13-3 record or 14-2 record. They had the second highest. They were above the Eagles. And they had to play an away game, their first game in the playoffs.
To the Rams.
Yeah.
So I completely understand where they're coming from now. But like I said, it's kind of like the Lions went to bat for their fucking enemy. Kind of weird, but like
is weird.
okay, I guess. Well, I mean, if they would have lost, they would have had to go on the road.
Yeah.
So if they would have lost, they would have won the Super Bowl. If they would have got not the week off, the bye week fucked them. I'm being honest. The bye week fucked the Lions for sure. If they wouldn't have had the bye week and they would have stayed hot, it was game over.
Okay, do you think the bye week hurts teams or helps teams?
Most of the time it helps them, but the Lions had so much momentum that that's what killed them, in my opinion.
And Campbell did that bad juju.
What did he do? Oh, see you in 2 weeks? Yeah, they did see
That's
each other in
bad
2
juju.
weeks. They saw him in Cancun.
And they're on the same plane to Cancun.
Fucking A, brother.
Yeah, man. So nothing else was really proposed in
wasn't?
that.
I thought there was one more.
What? No,
No.
Okay. All right, take it easy.
I don't think so.
No.
Damn.
Oh,
Chill.
okay.
Can we all calm down?
No.
Next proposals will be next month. Preach.
What's going on, man? What
What
are
do
you
you got?
talking about?
What about teams that need running backs next year's season?
We're getting into that? I thought that was next week. Next week.
Just wait. You know who needs a team running back for the 2025 season?
Preacher, that's
Multiple
next
teams?
week.
Preacher needs one in his fantasy
That
football.
is
league.
true.
Boys,
You want to bring in the dynasty already in the first half? I'm about it.
listen, might as well. We've
Pop it
been,
out.
We've been sitting here. I made mention, I believe, on the last podcast that I made an appearance on, that I was done trading.
He did say that.
I, in fact, was not done trading. So I'm.
Hold on. It looks like we have a caller. Yeah, go ahead, caller.
Yeah, hello. Is this the Gridiron Goons podcast?
This
It
is
is.
the Gridiron Goons podcast.
Yeah. Hi, hello. Long time listener, first time caller.
Oh, that's Whiskey Nick himself.
What's up, Goons?
What's going on?
What's shaking,
What's up,
dude?
man?
Is that the whole crew? Do we have everybody back?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
the preacher here, man. What's up?
Welcome back, Preacher. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks, man.
So I was wondering if you guys tackled this yet, since I couldn't listen live. I don't know, but before we even kick off the season, hell, even the preseason or even the NFL draft, what coaches do you guys think are on the hot seat going into this year?
Ooh.
I have one.
Who you got?
Kyle Shanahan.
I fully
Yeah.
agree.
Yes.
I got one. Todd Bowles.
Yo.
Todd Bowles.
Preacher, you got one?
No.
You don't need to say Matt LaFleur. You can think of somebody else.
Oh.
It's not that big of a deal.
Not Matt LaFleur.
Why, caller? Who are you trying to see leave?
I'm thinking Mike Tomlin might finally have a little candle.
You know what?
Whoa.
I heard Pittsburgh's getting real tired of Mike Tomlin. The fans are.
So they're getting to the playoffs. They're getting their above 500 records, but you're getting ousted every year, and by your divisional rival Baltimore.
Right.
That's not good.
That is true.
Yeah,
Hell
but they're
of a
going to
point.
have Aaron Rodgers, maybe.
Oh, jeez, don't start. All right, preacher, take a vacation.
Oh, okay.
Fully agree.
Answer me this: what kind of star power have the Steelers had since Roethlisberger left? Who's been their big star?
On offense, nobody.
Either or.
Defense, they got TJ Watt.
TJ Watt.
Highsmith. They got some on defense, no offense.
No offense.
Not one.
I think this is a year for them. I think prove something, get past the first round, or it's time to go bye-bye.
You know what? That's a caller. That's a good point.
Keep it together.
I'm with you. I don't think Tomlin can scrape by again with another 9-7 record and
Right.
a first round exit again. Seems like it's like that every year with him.
Last 3 years it's against Baltimore, and he's lost all three. So
I agree, but is Aaron Rodgers enough? I don't think so.
well, that's the other side: is who's going to replace him as head coach, and then who are they going to get in there to actually do something for them?
Kyle
Arthur
Shanahan.
Smith. Arthur Smith.
Wait a minute, that Shanahan thing might be something right there.
So I think
Yeah.
Rodgers is going to be a good bridge quarterback for a year. I think they're going to get Jackson Dart in the draft, let him sit for a year.
They're getting Milrow. Did you forget?
Milrow, yeah. Milrow out of Alabama, and let him sit behind Rodgers for a year. And I think Rodgers will be on his way out next year. And you know what? Him and Tomlin might do a see you later party together.
You think so?
They very well could.
Now, what if Rogers comes to another separation agreement with his other Achilles, and he's out in the first 3 plays?
Then he's gone. He's going to go on a forever darkness retreat.
And that puts the Steelers in a whole nother bad position.
Yes,
Sorry,
it do.
T-Bone.
Sorry, T-Bone.
Sorry, T-Bone.
Caller, are you calling from Pittsburgh?
No, I'm an actual 49ers fan. You know that. I'm here right in the good old Glass City, Toledo.
Ah, nice.
I saw the 1-900 number. I thought I'd give it a call.
Hell yeah, you'll get us
All
every
right.
time.
Did you see it inside a urinal?
What the fuck is your
I really
problem?
don't look. I just go in blindfolded.
Like how they write numbers on the side of the bathroom stalls?
Like call for a good time?
Yeah, that was it. 1-900 Goon Squad.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, caller, well, we appreciate your time and calling in.
Yes, please
Yeah,
call
absolutely.
in again.
So good to hear the whole crew back together. I can't wait to hear the full episode.
All right.
Absolutely. We'll see you then.
See you next.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. You're
See
a
ya.
lifesaver.
Wow. I can't believe it. We had a caller on the line?
Yeah, man, we had a whole whiskey
Dude,
Nick on the other end.
That's crazy.
That is a Gridiron Goon
So-
first.
So I would say that, you know,
Your other ear's connected,
oh
Sean.
no. Oh no.
No one knows what's going on
I
with his
don't know
phone. It's
what's
not that
going
big of a deal.
Anyhow, so I would say that I was done trading.
Yes, you were.
That's the big thing. I was done trading. But
It was about 1 week, everybody. He
Listen.
said, I'm done trading. It was, I believe it was 6 days.
you know, it was about as long as our Gridiron Goons t-shirt commercials. But I'm not sending y'all there, okay? We're
still
not
got a
doing
couple
it. We
minutes.
Still got a couple minutes. You'll get there eventually, or maybe not. But I started trading, and I traded out of the first round entirely.
You did somehow.
I
He started with 4 people.
I regretted trading out of the first.
And there's also a whole nother trade that's
So-
on your doorstep that we were talking about this morning, too.
I understand that. So, I think first off, I kind of regret the trade that I did make to get back in the first. I believe the trade that you have at my doorstep, it might be a little bit better if it was a first, this year's first round pick, because as I'm looking at mock drafts and looking at the layout of the NFL, I had a thought, an epiphany.
A girl named Tiffany, huh?
No, epiphany.
Oh.
Epiphany.
Oh.
Anyhow, so
An EpiPen.
yes, EpiPens.
Hell yeah.
So for me, there is one player that might be going to a particular team that I have the number 1 running back to.
You're talking Cade Stover, the trade you just completed with Mud Duck for a 4th round pick.
No, running back.
Oh.
Running back.
My bad.
That's 27 4th round pick, by the way.
Ew.
Anyhow, Ashton Genty, your perceived number 1.
Correct.
What if he goes to the Bears?
Taking him.
I have DeAndre Swift.
Okay.
So I need a running back. So that's why I was like, I got to get back in the first round.
Yeah.
I made a trade to Terry.
You did.
I did. Garrett Wilson and my 3-7 for the 1-4 and 2 second-round picks next season.
Yes.
Now, the trade that I probably should have made was, well, you currently have a trade out to me for Mark Andrews and the 26th first
Yes.
for Sam Laporta.
Correct.
Now, what I could have done and maybe should have done is I should have traded Sam, because I did acquire Sam Laporta for the 1-6. That's how I got out of it.
I believe we talked about
Okay,
that. Yes.
but that's how I got out of there.
Correct.
So I think for me, I could have traded Sam Laporta to you maybe for the 1-2, because you did trade Meth Head Keth up to the 1-2.
I did.
So my thought process after I made the trade to Terry is I probably should have went to you for Sam Laporta just for the 1-2 to see if I got the 1-2, and I would have then still had Garrett Wilson on my roster.
Correct. I
But-
believe you trading Garrett Wilson immediately eliminated you from playoff
Right,
contention.
but one of my concerns with Garrett Wilson is that Justin Fields is not
I agree. There's a question mark.
is not the quarterback at the beneficial quarterback for a fantasy perspective for Garrett Wilson. Now, as a Ohio State homer here, right? Garrett Wilson, Justin Fields, they've been together before.
For
now
sure,
rekindling
at Ohio
that
State.
at Ohio State, but we're talking completely different O-line, completely different teams, completely different landscapes.
Welcome back, Sean.
Welcome back, Sean.
Thank you. Sorry about
So,
that.
no,
All
you're good. So, it comes down to me where I felt I could get maybe more than what I traded for. Because I
Okay.
traded you Jalen Hurts and Garrett Wilson.
You did.
I traded the one, I wanted to say it
One,
was the
one,
1-1, 1-4,
5,
5, and then
and
the
then-
26 first.
And a second.
And a
And a
second.
2-1.
Right. So I traded a lot to get those two players. So bare minimum, I needed to get enough to where I felt that making that move was beneficial. Now, Terry likes to say he wasn't going to take this deal. But I had asked 2 firsts for Garrett Wilson. And he sat for probably, it was like, 5 minutes?
It was a while.
Silent.
Silent.
And
The hashtag contemplating.
usually when Terry gets silent, that's either he's
He thinking.
thinking,
Or mad.
or mad.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So-
the best is when he gets all mad and quiet.
So it was really one of those things where is he insulted or is he really thinking about? And I remember I did say to Terry, I said, listen, it might be a little greedy of me, but I do believe he's worth maybe 2 first. Because in my head, if I would have just came back with one of these proposals that ended up happening first off the riff, I wasn't getting it. So I had to go higher to make him feel that he could give up 2 twos to get where I wanted him to be.
the more I think about this trade, so I'll reiterate the trade again. Preacher got rid of Garrett Wilson and the 3-7 for the 1-4 and a next year 2 and a next year 2. So after we send you to commercial, we'll get back with that. So thanks for joining us for that commercial. I believe so. At face value, Sean, we were thinking straight up. It was pretty even, but Preacher won by a little.
Yes. Not much, but yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie. The more I think about this trade, the more I see a Preacher win. And it's the 2 twos. Okay, it's more than that. It's the 1-4, and then 2 twos for a player worth a 1 and a 2 and a 3rd round pick.
Okay.
I think Preacher won this not by a landslide, but I also don't think it was minimal either. If I had to put percentages to it, I would probably say 30-70.
Well, I do want to say that the trade, the first initial trade that was proposed by Terry was Garrett Wilson for the 1-4. That was what we started at face value.
Yes.
Then he proposed the Garrett Wilson 1-4 and a 4-4. Then he then rehashed it and sent me Garrett Wilson for the 1-4 and the 2026 the first 26 second.
That, in my opinion, was the deal.
Right.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought that's where it was going.
Yep.
Right.
Me too.
So that's where I then was like, all face value, I could have taken that deal, walked away, but I didn't want to. I wanted to be a little greedy. I'm not going to lie.
You do that often.
Because in my brain, I'll say this to the viewers, when you have a high caliber player, like a Jalen Hurts, a Garrett Wilson, even if you have a Saquon Barkley or Justin Jefferson, a big star on your roster, the worst thing that happens is they are on your roster.
Yes.
So why not shoot for the fence? Because you might be able to get 3 first for a player instead of 2 first. What's the worst that happens? You
I
don't
get
have
it.
3 first, but you still have Justin Jefferson, or you have Jalen Hurts, or whatever, or you have Jamar Chase. But so I shot back a 2026 second, Terry's 26 second, back to him with Garrett Wilson for the 1-4 and the 26 Terry's first. Because why not? Terry, then I also in conversation tabled a little bit more of like the 3-7 to give him a little more incentive to take it.
You guys were going back and forth for a minute.
Right. So it really, for me, came down to one of 2 things. One, is Justin Fields going to be able to perform with Garrett Wilson? 1. 2, Preach really does need a running back. And so I think I needed to come back in the first round. But that also means that I have 2 twos for 2026 sitting at my table allowed to be able to be used as trade.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, when I look at trades, I usually think maybe 2 to 3 steps ahead. And the reason why I'm not taking your trade for Sam Laporta is under 2 things here. 1, I think that Mark Andrews is actually going to have a downgrade next year because I believe Isaiah likely will become more in the role. They're going to start transitioning Mark Andrews away from that. And 2, if it was a 25 first, we might have a little bit different
I get it.
of a conversation here. But I look at Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta, is he able to support number 1? We don't know because he got hurt last year. I do not to say that he is number 1 territory, but I do have Tucker Kraft, which is an emerging. No, listen.
Hear him out.
Hear me out. Very young tight end, emerging, could be beneficial, could be in the top 10. He was, I believe, 11th at the end, maybe 12th at the end of last season. So I have that. I have Hunter Henry, which popped off out of nowhere last year. I know he's 30, but he popped out of nowhere. Don't know if he's going to repeat again. So, I mean, I have a lot of depth and a lot of ability. And I felt like if I keep Sam Laporta for this year and he pops off, maybe he's a nice trade bait for next year.
And if he falls short,
Then he falls short. There's gonna be somebody that's gonna take somebody. It's just
In the rookie draft this year?
no. Well, yes, there's gonna be a tight end taken in the rookie draft.
from you?
No. From
Well, no shit. There's gonna be a tight end.
I was
taken.
gonna say from Sean.
Oh, we know that. I'm leaving this draft one of the top 3 tight ends.
You don't need him. You have McBride.
Injuries, bud, they always happen.
Dude, I'm about fucking sick of you, dude.
Anyhow, speaking about trades,
Yeah, go on.
anybody else want to make a trade with anybody?
Now, I know you worked your way back into the first.
Yes.
Don't get it twisted. He'll work himself out.
He'll find himself either A, out of the first, or B, 2 firsts.
Yes.
One or the other will happen probably before next episode. We will keep you updated.
Oh.
Preacher is basically rage bait.
Oh.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Preach.
Right.
No.
Look, dude, you're fucking 2 players over the roster limit still trading like a motherfucker. I don't know how he
So?
does it.
Preach, you gotta cut that. You gotta trim that roster
Listen,
down. You're gonna
I
be
have-
adding players
He said,
to
I don't
it.
fucking have to right now.
Listen, it's still off season. You don't have to make your roster cuts yet.
Dude, this guy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wide receivers on his team.
Terry.
No,
Preacher. 10.
Did you count my ones on the IR too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
10.
You can't even.
It's actually
You
a-
can't even have people on IR right
It's
now.
actually 11 because I have a wide receiver on my taxi.
I'm looking at that.
Oh.
It's fucking 10.
Oh, you counted that.
I
as-
know how to
oh,
count.
Okay.
What is this? Whiskey Nick, call
Sean.
back in.
Sean,
That. By the way, that was awesome.
dude, can we take a second? If you want to be on the Gridiron Goons, just give us a holler and we might put you on.
We might let you on, depending on who you are.
T-Bone.
He was a guest host last week.
He was. First episode in front of the camera.
He
Fourth
did really
episode.
good.
behind
And
the
yeah,
camera.
everything I read online, they loved him.
Yeah.
People loved him.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely could tell that he was a little nervous starting out.
It was great, though.
But he really got into the groove, and
She did.
it was a really good episode.
Yeah, she
But,
had a great time.
Yeah, no, I have a whole lot of wide receivers.
It's ridiculous. And you got Cade Stover. Don't forget
I do
that.
have Case Stover. I have a lot of tight ends. I don't have a lot of running backs, and I have shrunk my quarterback room
Tremendously.
by one. How do I get away with having extra people on my roster, Sean? That's because they're still in the IR spot, and I haven't moved them
It's
yet.
fucking ridiculous.
So
Preacher's either got a wide receiver or a quarterback.
Yeah. His running back room is absolutely atrocious.
One person's whose wide receiver room is not is T-Bone.
Yeah, with that trade, definitely made him a dangerous man. I'll read you guys his wide
It's okay,
receiver
he'll make a
room
dumb
in
trade
no
eventually.
specific order. Jalen Waddle, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Debo, Jacoby Myers, Jalen Polk, Xavier Legette, Romeo Dobb, Khalil Shakir, Garrett Wilson. And on his taxi, if you want to count them, Adonai Mitchell and Luke McCaffrey.
Oh my God.
He's got a fuck ton too, though. He's got like 9.
Preacher, why aren't make a run after Waddle and get that stack going?
I don't think he wants him.
He
I
don't
have. Hold on.
want-
Before I let him speak, Preacher loves stacks.
If
It
there's
is 100% accurate.
if there's one thing he loves more than trades, it's stacks.
It's stacks and uncrustables. And this man will not go after Waddle, which tells me for all of the players that's in the Dynasty League that listen, you can get Tua for cheap. 100%. Because if he doesn't want Waddle, means he is not tied to Tua whatsoever. 100%. I could get Tua right now for a third. Promise you. I just won't do that because I don't want his injury-prone ass either. He's throwing up gang signs, bro. And that's why you don't want Waddle. Because you don't trust his helmets. Tell me I'm wrong.
you're wrong.
Bullshit. You don't have Hill. You don't have Achane. You don't have Waddle. Fuck, you don't even have, who was it, Jonnu Smith?
yes.
Yeah, you don't have John. You have nobody, and you love stacks so much.
You realize I don't have any quarterback stack at all on my roster?
No, you
I don't.
Then that means you're playing way outside your lines.
The only stack I would have had was the Fields Wilson combo. That was it.
I don't know what to tell you guys. This dude will sell his fucking team for a
at
stack.
least go after AJ Brown for the Hurt stack.
Huh. Could have swore he was doing that day one. He
Oh,
didn't.
Interesting. Maybe I'm changing my ways, y'all. Maybe I'm just changing my ways.
You're sick of stacks, huh?
No,
Out of nowhere.
No, who said I? Not that I'm-
T-Bone's got some nasty stacks, bro.
Listen, I never said I'm not in stacks anymore, but maybe I'm just going on a different approach.
Yeah, okay, man. Why don't you get Anthony Richardson back and start Pittman, you fucking loser? Anyway,
Go ahead.
we wanted to talk about some all-time teams or all-time lists of positions. Give our rankings. But all three of us forgot to make our list. We kind of fucked that up.
Yeah, we did.
So,
So give us time to make a list and let's present it maybe next week.
while we're going over all the rookies. I think we're going to have to do that 2 weeks after the draft because there won't be shit to talk about.
Yeah, let's save it for that so we have time to build a list. And
Well, just know that that's coming, so get your hate comments ready.
because I'm telling you right now,
What are you telling us?
What do you gotta say?
Go ahead.
because come the draft, bro, it's going to be on.
What, the all-time teams? The all-time list?
Or the draft?
It was you, bud. You need a nap. You pulled a preacher.
My bad. That is my bad.
Yeah, we know. Anyway,
Yeah, all-time list.
yeah, we're gonna pull that out eventually. But I've said it before, and I will say it again: if Justin Jefferson isn't in your top 5, you're lying to yourself. I don't give a fuck that he hasn't played 10 years. Don't care. Talent, he's
So
top 5.
your list might be more recency biased than
Probably.
historical.
Probably.
Okay. Well, I mean, Sean's probably going to have a player from 1920.
Yeah, he'll be like, this guy named Barefoot Greg is really at the top of the
Who
fucking
preacher will know his name?
Tony Baselli.
No.
Yeah.
You know what? Story time.
So
Don't even do it.
no.
Don't
so
do it. I'll make this fucking
Oh.
podcast last
No.
3 hours if you do it. I swear.
No, it's
and do
okay.
everything I love.
that's okay.
So we had a trivia on the phone call about the all decade teams. You know, like cool as fuck, right? What'd you see, bud?
Nothing. No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Fucking interrupt. What the fuck's wrong?
I didn't even
with you?
say nothing.
Yeah, but your
No.
YouTube sees what happened. Anyway, so we had a all-time like decade teams, and we were trying to guess who was on them. We went through the 2010s, we went through the 2000s, and you know I kind of sucked at the 2010s because I quit watching football for a couple of years, and I came back. I sucked at that one, but the 2000s I did pretty good, and everyone else did pretty good. And preacher says, "Well, why don't we do the 90s?" And we're like, "Damn, can we really get the 90s?" He says, "I know Brett Favre's the quarterback," and we're like, "Hell yeah!" "Who's 2?" And he's like, "John Elway," and he got them both. We were like, "Huh?" And then Terry was like, "All right, yeah, who's running backs, guys?" And preacher just goes bang, 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 smacks him. We were like, "Damn, fucking ball knowledge. Oh shit." So then we come to wideouts. This dude runs them bitches in reverse order. 4, 3, 2, 1, bang, 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 bang. He didn't miss a guess. We're like, good Lord. This guy has ultimate ball knowledge in the 90s. Sean's over here like, how the fuck's he doing this? And here comes tight ends. He smacks them out the park.
Well,
I'm over here marveling in Preacher's awesomeness. I'm not going to lie. I'm stunned.
occasionally he will mispronounce a name to throw us off.
Something like that. And then we get to tackles. He says the first one. And then this guy says, "Oh, what the fuck's his name?" He didn't say fuck, but what's his name? Tony. And we're like, "Tony?" And he's like, Baselli. And immediately in unison, Terry and Sean say, "No. No." Sean says, "No, that's tough for my memory bank." And Terry says, no fucking way he knows Tony Baselli by name. And Preacher gets real quiet. And
He
Terry
actually
says
left.
he's got it Googled. And I sat there and waiting for Preacher response, and he said fucking nothing. I'm like, "Preacher, come back." He says nothing still. And Terry's like, "You did look it up, didn't you?" And he's like, "Yeah." "No." "Yeah." And then all of a sudden, we're grilling Preacher. And we want to keep going on this all-decade team because me and Sean didn't fucking cheat. And Preacher goes to say a name, and I said, "No, disqualified." Fuck that. I disqualified a pastor that day, and then he left the phone call.
He did go MIA.
We were like, "Where the fuck did Preacher go?"
For the record, Terry goes, "Do we want to look at tackles?" And I was like, I was figuring all of us were going to say no, you know. And then I was like, well, screw it. I need to know who these tackles are because nobody else is. So then I Google searched it. That's why I left for a second. And I Google searched it, and I pulled up the same article Terry had. And I was like...
I loved the way he just said, "Just Tony," to
He
throw
was
us
like,
off a little
he said,
bit.
"Tony, did the snap of the fingers, Baselli."
Parker.
And we're like, "Brother, Harper, what are you doing, man? You can't knock over the Buble.
Jeez.
Not sponsored.
Michael Bublé.
Yeah, that was that Super Bowl comer. Anyway, yeah, so Preacher fucking cheated.
Oh,
Harper, what is happening? Yeah, Preacher cheated. None of us thought that was happening. That was just after he told us we have to watch what we're listening to.
That was later on.
oh yeah, whatever. Sleep token was.
That
Irregardless.
was later on.
Irregardless.
Listen,
You know what? Speaking of music, not to get off track,
We're already off the train.
but I was
Yeah,
on the way. It was on 104.7. Someone redid Johnny Cash's song, I Hurt Myself.
First of all, that was somebody else's song first. I want to say it was 9 Inch Nails.
Was it?
99% sure it was 9 Inch Nails. They did it first. Johnny covered them.
let me cheat.
Fact-
Someone's redone
Let me
it.
cheat and look
after
it up.
Yeah, cheat.
after Johnny Cash. I just heard it today.
Are you sure it wasn't 9 Inch Nails? You're positive?
No.
Because it would be before Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash did the cover.
I heard that song covered by
Today?
someone else today.
Yeah, but Johnny might have made it his song with how good it is, and
That song come out way before Nine Inch
right.
Nails even
All
existed.
right, all right,
ahead.
all right. The song "Hurt" was written and performed by 9 Inch Nails in 1999.
motherfuckers.
Johnny Cash released "Hurt" in 2002.
What?
Ha! And I'm the asshole. Yeah. Not so fun fact. That is the last song Johnny Cash recorded and released prior to death. He died about 6 months later. Just not so fun fact.
Like Val.
Val Kilmer did R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Doc Holliday, best character he's ever had, hands down.
Top Gun.
The Iceman? Oh shit! Not Chuck Liddell. But you got something to say, Preach?
No,
You all good?
No,
You're
no.
not gonna say R.I.P. to Val Kilmer?
oh, sorry,
That's fucked.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Busy Bone.
Or is that what we're doing? Just all right. So remember when I told you guys we were going to start the bullshit sessions? This is kind of a glimpse of what you're going to be getting shortly after the draft, when we have nothing to talk about.
You have a trade on your doorstep, by the way.
Who does?
You do.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Is it dog shit?
maybe.
And while he's looking, I am anticipating up to draft day on the 24th. We will have a trade by then.
In the league,
If
or
not
in
draft
the
night
dynasty?
on that Thursday night, there will be a couple trades.
Is Micah Parsons going to be one of those? He still has not had a contract.
You know what? When it comes to them fucking losers, anything's.
I think the Cowboys are going to do something very un-Cowboys like. Spoiler for next week. I think they're going to trade into the top 5 and snag Genty before the Raiders do. Very uncharacteristic for the boys. I really think it's going to happen.
I think I see Genty landing in Chicago.
No, they won't get past. He won't get past the Raiders. No way.
And I see the Browns trading down and not taking Abdul Carter at 2.
I do not see that.
You've been. You know what? Screw it. You've said today that the Browns should take Abdul Carter this
It'd
morning.
be nasty. And they got Joe Tryon-Shanka.
You
He was
said
dog shit.
you literally. So now you're just saying they're going to trade down and not
Look,
take
man,
him.
It's just Sean. He's
I'm
doing
just
Sean
saying.
things.
You want
He
to talk
answered-
about rage bait? That might be rage bait right there.
I agree.
I know there's going to be moves coming, man.
There's got to be, dude. There's no way that we go into this draft and that pick number 32, everybody still has the exact same pick. There's no fucking
Well, that's
way.
because the Browns are going to trade back into the first.
They're
at the
already in the
30
first.
No, they're going to trade into the first at the 32nd pick and take Shadur Sanders.
He won't go that far.
Okay.
The hype
Jackson
train's
Dart.
too real.
Yes, I see Cleveland trading down.
No, they're
And
trading.
getting-
No, they're going to get Abdul Carter, and then they're going to go trade again back. At the end of the first round and take Jackson Dart or Shadur Sanders if he's there.
Jackson Dart would be there way before Shadur Sanders.
And who knows? Preach may take a running back at the 4th
You
slot, or he might take a wide receiver at
He
the 4th
won't.
slot.
He has way too many.
Well, whatever he does at 4 is not going to affect my first overall pick.
And do you want to say who that is live on air?
No,
Colson
Why
Loveland?
not?
because you can always trade with them.
The only way.
No.
I'm gonna
The
say
only way I'm gonna
Oh,
trade.
Preach has a way of finagling.
Whoa.
The only way the 1-2 leaves my possession because the 1-1 is off limits. It's off limits. There's about 7-ish, 8 players that I will trade for that 1-2, and it will probably
There's
have
only
to be straight
one.
up. Not from you.
Well, there is only one. Well, there's 2, but there's only really 1 from me.
Right. So that is for quarterbacks, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts.
Who he got, and
I'm not giving
he
up
traded
Jalen.
Jefferson. He will trade a big name like that.
Josh,
No way.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Okay, and you guys at home are saying, dude, there's no way they're going to trade that straight up. Well, they're going to have to if they want the 1-2. I'm not coming off of it. Okay, and who are the others you're saying? Oh, let me tell you. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Puka Nakua,
Neighbors.
and Neighbors. So, yeah, 8. No running backs because I'm getting Genty, and I've already got 2 top 5s, in my opinion, with Bijan and Bucky. Genty will probably also fill in that top 5 spot as soon as Derrick Henry retires. So I'm good there. I'm actually super good on wideout. All I'm trying to do right now is 1, add depth, and 2, find someone to replace Big Mike in about 2-3 years.
Here's the deal.
So
Sean.
Neighbors would be ideal for me.
I'm not trading up anymore.
Okay, man.
No,
Bullshit.
I can't go. The only thing I'm going to go to is the 1-2, and I'm not giving up Jalen Hurts because if I give up Jalen Hurts, I might as well not have traded this whole entire season.
I get it.
So
I get it, man.
I'm sticking at the 1-4. So you might as well just say who you're going to take.
Do you want to at least say the secret?
Or are you wanting to keep your secret?
It's a secret.
You told me something.
You didn't tell me this.
There's a gentleman's agreement.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Yes. You don't want to say nothing like that?
Oh.
Yeah, me and Sean have a gentleman's agreement.
Colluding?
I know exactly who he wants.
Colluding. I see. Collusion.
Not colluding.
Collusion.
Nope. Because
Call it collusion.
I told him I'm taking Genty at the 1, and I'm taking another position at the 2. And I said, so who are you taking? Because obviously I'm not going to get him unless and I named Luther Burden, Matthew Golden, more. I just can't think right now. I named 5 wideouts, and I said, unless the name of who you want at 3 is in these list of names, I make a gentleman's agreement.
Are you taking Cam Scatterbu at the 1-3?
Hell yeah! That's who I'm getting at the 2-1. He'll be there.
Terry wants him bad. But
He's got a 3-7
in
pick.
actual real life, I think we're taking him.
You think the 49ers are going to take Cam Scatterbu?
Yes.
I agree. They like their white running backs.
I don't think
I don't.
Why can't I say that?
Preach.
They're one of the only teams in the league with a white starting running back. That's like saying the Patriots didn't like white wideouts in the fucking 2000s and 2010s. Tell me I'm wrong. Shit on you if you don't think I'm right. Fuck out of here. It's my podcast. This is what the fuck I want. I paid over market value for that road dog.
Over?
And you know what? Terry must have not been.
You owe me $24.95.
I never paid for that.
We know. You don't have to. I did it for you. I got you. But that $24.95, as soon as we make our first $1 million, is mine. And I want it in a Zag change. $24.95. That's my recut back. That's splitting it 5 ways.
Somebody want to Venmo me $24.95.
I won't accept it until we hit $1 million. Share this with your friends if you want to see me get my $24.95 back.
Somebody sent us $1 million.
You know, with T-Bone trading the 1-4,
What?
that just tells me he was never really set on him.
No, fuck no. He
No.
didn't. So, look, man, Terry, you're going to fucking hate me for this, but I don't really give a fuck what you think. I'm sorry, man.
T-Bone?
He has,
Oh my God!
he has no fucking clue who he wants out of that draft. He said, I'll fucking take anybody just so I don't have to pick wrong. Like, brother, oh my Lord.
Well, I mean, I also knew I could take the 1-4 back from him
Yeah.
because he had no idea what he wanted.
Yeah, he had no clue what was going on.
I think
I don't even know college ball, and I know who I want. Like, I have a pretty fucking good idea.
I personally think that in the first 5 picks of the draft, you need to know what you want.
Yeah.
Like if you have
You
the
gotta have a
first
name.
5 or 6 picks, first half of your draft. 'cause that's what-
Let's
12
do it now.
No, I'm
Essentially, you need a 1A and a 1B if you're
Right.
within the first 5.
Let's do
Because-
it.
Terry got very upset when you brought that up the other day. Please don't do that.
Please don't do that. Anyhow, once you get to 6, the back half of that first round, most of the top players are probably going to be gone. So you have no. I'm saying like
He's fucking crazy.
no.
Go ahead, dude.
So we know you're taking Genty at the 1-1,
Yeah.
right? We know that Sean's probably taking Colson Loveland at the 1-3. We know Preacher's taking Omari and Hamlin or
Hamlin.
You're thinking
Hampton.
Denny Hamlin?
DeMar?
He's a NASCAR racer.
yeah,
He's talking DeMar.
no, Denny Hamlin. He did win on Sunday, by the way.
No one gives a fuck.
He's
So-
sponsored by Jordan Brand.
He is.
I'm sick of this.
He also did 11 against the world, like, the Ohio State, because he was an Ohio State bandwagon. But anyhow, so once you're in, like, the back half of the first draft, you assume that the top, Genty, Hampton, Burden probably are going to be gone. So then you kind of have to go, okay, this is 1, so this is my 1A, this is my 1B. So you might have to have a second or a third guy in your brain of who you're going to take at that spot in the first round. And Terry has no idea who he wants to take or who's even in the draft.
Okay, but I can think right now, we can realistically say there are 2 quarterbacks worthy of a dynasty first round draft pick. Right? We're just kind of taking face value here. It's not necessarily opinion based.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
what they're worth. So you got Cam Ward and you got Shadur Sanders. Those are basically 2 quote unquote first round value quarterbacks.
Yes.
I can think of 7 running backs and probably 8 wideouts that are first round value. And I can think of at least 2 tight ends that are first round value. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'll wait.
2.
Yes.
At the first round.
Tyler Warren and Colson Loveland? Right.
Right. That's right.
You don't get on my train. Anyway.
That's right.
You got to buy a ticket to ride my train.
right.
Anyway.
$24.95.
Exactly.
Venmo.
Oh, fuck.
Oh!
We'll be right back.
Yeah, it was an accident. Like, my bad.
So realistically, first round value of things go well past halfway through the second round, in my opinion. So if you even have a late second round pick, you can get first round talent. You're not going to get top 5 talent, but you're going to get first round talent, in my opinion. That no one can really say, you took him in the first round. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't see it as anything crazy.
I don't know, man. All I'm saying is if our draft went live right now, I'm going boom, boom. I know I got 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, 1E. Everyone.
See, I don't have that. So I told you I got about 5 wideouts I'm going to put in my second spot, and it does depend on landing spot. It really does. And
Not
ooh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
not to make anyone upset. I think we should revisit the draft day.
You got to do this on the pod.
You're playing with fire.
On the podcast.
He's going to hear the pod.
He's going to be like,
He's going to call in.
Is he anxious to draft?
No, not
No,
him, because he doesn't know who the fuck he wants.
Well,
He's going to be like at the
he-
3-7. I don't want to make the wrong pick, man.
It's basically
actually, Sean's got a point. You got a point. He's got the 3-7 and the 4-4.
Yeah, so what the fuck
I was
is
just gonna
that
say
about?
he don't have a first or second, so
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
right.
when he did have a first, he got all upset. he was
Well,
like,
he
"Yo,
was
what if
upset."
what if they got fucking hurt in OTAs?" I said, "Brother, and this is not bad juju, but like, if Ashton Genty hurt himself in OTAs before our draft, I'm still taking him with the 1-1. It's happening. Because guess what? When he comes back from injury, he's still Ashton fucking Genty. Nick Chubb came back from that horrible knee, and he had, 6 great years in the NFL?
No, I get it.
So I'm still going to take him regardless. So Terry's argument, where he cried almost,
Are you saying it's invalid?
100% valid, especially now that he doesn't have a first round pick. 100%.
Cam Scattergood at the 3-7, baby.
He's like, my fucking 3-7
He won't
and
be
my
there.
My 3-7 and my 4-1, dude. I don't know what to do with it. And we're going to be like, really? Yeah, I'm taking Scattergood with the 2-1. He'll be there. I'll reach for him.
Whoa!
Whoa.
I don't give a fuck. I traded to
I'm
get
taking
that.
Cam Ward at the 1-4.
Hell yeah.
I get it.
I traded somebody to get that 3-1 from, I don't remember who was that you?
Preacher had it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I traded to get that 3-1 because I was like, I hope Scattergood will fall that low. And I did like just a quick mock draft. Like, I didn't give a fuck. And it was like he perfectly landed to me at 3-1. I said, ooh, I don't like that. I'm reaching. But just a thing for all of you Dynasty guys that listen in, if you take Scattergood before me at the 2-1, I'm not trading you for him. Or you're not going to get a crazy good amount. Because with a guy like Scattergood, I don't see first year starting. Or he'll be very second string, kind of like a Corum situation. He'll be kind of like filling that role. I'm assuming he's a taxi squad at least first year kind of guy. So I will not be trading you for him off rip like that. So if that's your plan, get a new one. Just a little warning I'm throwing out there. Because I've told you guys from the beginning, right, that I was going to get Ashton Genty, right? Mm-hmm. I don't have to lie. I don't have to hide behind a mask. I say things, I go out, I get that motherfucker done. Preacher, you're kind of the same way, ain't you?
Yes.
Thank you. I was hoping I wasn't going to have to answer for him.
Unless it's the Bud Light guy.
Sean O'Mac, I want you to talk about what you talked to Gil about this morning on the phone call.
Are you going to do it?
Hold on. Let Sean speak.
Yes. We actually brought the Gil in on, we passed him into the call.
We did.
It's always a good time when Gil joins the call. We wanted to put some feelers out there. So I went ahead and threw it out there. I said, would you be willing to trade Jamar Chase?
We're listening.
Let me see.
We can talk about it because Terry will see this on Friday. He'll see the trade on Thursday. He'll hear the pod on Friday. Terry,
Go ahead.
Hold
Sean.
on.
Go ahead,
He
Sean.
does not want this.
Terry, hold on. I'm speaking directly to Terry. If you trade your 26th first for Tua, I will not defend you. I won't do it.
Don't send that preacher.
I'm going to hit the button if he doesn't, I swear. Preacher wants a 26th first and this year's 4th for Tua. And I'm telling Terry, if you accept it for one, we're calling you out next week. But you got to put a timer on that. No, do it one day, 24 hours. For sure. And tell him I will not negotiate on Tua after that. I'm trying to give you a stack. You got to hold firm on that. This will be the funniest shit we've had happen if he accepts this, or they go back and forth and he still gives up a first round for Tua. Anyway, Sean, talking about Gil now, going back. I'm sorry, Preacher had to, he flubberknucked it.
I
That's the
put
medical
some
term.
feelers out there, see if he was willing to part with Jamar Chase.
That's a lot of ammo to get Jamar. What'd you lead with?
My initial offer was, well, first I said, how many first round picks would it take to get Jamar Chase? Would you take 3? He said, absolutely. I said, would you take 2? He said, yeah.
He didn't say yeah.
He didn't say,
He said, I'll think about it.
Yeah. So I actually, shortly thereafter, I withdrew my trade.
Of 3 picks?
Yes.
You sent him 3 first round picks.
Yes.
I'm honestly,
I'm surprised you didn't just send him the 2.
Yeah, me too. Especially if he was thinking about it.
No, I did. I sent him 2.
Oh, okay.
And he said, oh. Then I said, okay, let me try 3. So
You said fuck it.
yeah. And then it was shortly thereafter, maybe an hour, and I withdrew it. And I'm glad he didn't do nothing. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that.
I'm not going to sit here and say it was an overpay because this dude is Triple Crown
Right.
threat for the next 5 years, right? I mean, let's just get real.
Yeah, for sure.
This dude is Triple Crown threat for the next 5. So is 3 first rounds too much for the number 1 overall wide receiver potentially the next 5 years?
I don't
No.
think so.
I don't think so either. But I do think that's still a little bit crazy in my opinion.
Right.
I'm with
and,
you.
Well, my thinking was,
I could see
I'm
2,
I'm gaining a star player, absolutely.
Yes.
A stud.
Yes.
There's no other way to put it.
but your future's a
But
little
I'm
fucked
hurting
up.
myself because I have needs now that I need to address.
Yes.
So
I think if you could get it done, you got to keep the 1-3. If you can get it done for your other 2 firsts and maybe a next year second, I think you'd be in good shape. But I don't think you have a next year second. I think Preacher has.
Preacher's
yours.
got it.
So
Hey, do you want that back?
maybe you have a 3rd round pick this year, right?
Yes.
So if you could do 2 1s of this year 3rd and next year 3rd, maybe. I think
Well, I was thinking 1 this year, another wideout, I don't know, and a 3rd this year.
I'm not going to sit here and say that Jamar Chase should be untouchable because you know what? He's got aging running back. He's got aging wideouts. Like, now, don't get me wrong. He has young players to back him up. We like to say that his team was nothing but just old. We were wrong.
Who?
Gil.
Oh, yeah.
You do an in-depth dive on his team. He's got some young guys behind him. So it's kind of one of those things like if he trades away Chase, he's still just looking for young people still. But I mean, with 3 first-round picks, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No. So I can revisit it, but I mean, if I know we talked, if you want to send them here, there's only really 2 people that can get Chase from Gil, and it's Brandon or I.
Are you giving me the
Yes.
legal right to go after Chase?
Yes.
Oh,
We heard it live on the pod. So if I quote undercut Sean, it was fully okay.
It's totally okay because I will
are
say
you
it. I will.
sending one to him right now?
I am.
I will say it right here. I am out of the Chase hunt.
No, he rejected my trade. Terry did, by the way.
Not too shabby, but
What'd you send him?
I just sent him AJ Brown, the 1-2, so Gil could get it. This year 3rd and next year 3rd.
Okay.
I'm willing to negotiate. It's not like a set in stone. I'm trying to throw some feelers out there. Am I underpaying? Maybe slightly, because AJ Brown's he's only 28. He's still got 3 years of very solid. And don't forget, Gil won last year. So him getting AJ Brown's almost a fair trade, but also making his team younger. So, it's pretty close here.
Okay.
But I did send feelers out there to Gil. I guess we will see what happens. Is there anything else we'd like to talk about? Maybe?
No, not that
Is
I know
Laporta
of.
off the table for me at our current standstill with Mark Andrews?
I'll never close the door, but I won't say yes.
Motherfucker, the door's cracked. I'm kind of peeking through it like a peeping
Oh,
Tom.
well, we'll find out.
Like a little peeping Tom.
We have plenty of time.
More to come.
Yeah.
You sure?
Even your tism, I'll figure it out.
Dude, that Tism, I get working on them trades, boy. And then I'm like, I'll let it sit. And it's like 2 hours later, I got my NOS in me, not sponsored. And I'm like, oh, we're putting an hour timer on this bitch. It's
See, here's
just
the
something
problem.
I do. It's an issue.
Here's the problem: is you even know that some people can't look at their phone for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, and you're like, it's 30 minutes later, and you're like, I probably should put a timer on. And I'm like,
He's like, I literally am driving on the highway. I can't look. And I'm like, well, there's a timer on it now, bro.
I'm like, It doesn't matter, but okay, whatever. And then I did love the one day Sean. I believe this is when I actually got Sam Laporta from Sean. He sent an hour timer, and I told Sean, I said, if this hour runs up and I send you the same offer, would you take it? He goes, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Why'd you put an hour timer on it?
It creates a sense of anxiety. I believe I've said this on the pod before, but I will rehash it slightly. When we were doing the Jalen Hurts, Garrett Wilson for all your picks trade,
Yeah.
I think the only reason I got that done, so you can argue in the comments about who won that trade, because I got 3 first-round picks and a second, and it was the 1-1 and the 1-5 next year first and a 2 for Garrett Wilson and Hurts. I think if you look at it face value, I lost the trade a little bit. But that's what I was willing to give up for Genty. But now seeing all the talent we have coming, did I really lose? It depends if I make the right picks or not. Right?
Yeah,
If I
you
got
gotta
bad
hit.
picks, then yeah, I lost.
Let's go with this draft, boy.
I get that. But anyway, Preach, you want to
Anyhow.
get us rolling in the sign-off here?
Well, it's good to be back, y'all.
We'll be back next week?
Yeah, bud.
Okay. You heard it here first.
Okay.
Little questionnaire at the back, but we're here.
Subject to change.
Okay.
Listen, boys determine what happens, but hey, you know what? Football's here, always been here, always will stay here. Anyhow, I preach.
Sean O'Mac.
And this is Brandon, and that's us, the Gridiron Goons, at the Gridiron Goons Studios. And always remember, if your friends aren't willing to complete the trade, do it for them. This is your week.